Hey everyone, and welcome back to Diablo Flamenco. In this video we're going to take a look at my top 5 picks of the flamenco palos that you have to learn when you start learning flamenco guitar music. And I'm going to give short little snippets of each one so you can hear the differences, and I'm going to talk about why they're so important to learn as a new beginner flamenco guitarist. So let's jump right into it. If you like my content, be sure to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and remember to ring the bell to get more notifications on my future lessons and all things flamenco. My number 5 pick is Fandangos de Huelva. Fandangos is one of the biggest families in the flamenco tree, and it is one of the more important ones when it comes to learning. In this case, we're looking specifically at the Fandangos de Huelva, which is a toque al compás, it's in rhythm. However, a lot of times we have fandangos that are not in compás or not in rhythm, such as the very popular malagueña or rondeña. And these styles are all different types of fandangos. So this is a really big family, so having a basic understanding of the Fandangos de Huelva will continue on with your flamenco studies as you explore all these different other styles of fandangos throughout your flamenco journey. My number 4 pick is Siguiriyas. I chose Siguiriyas for this list because it's actually one of the oldest styles in flamencos, and some flamencologists actually believe that the Siguiriyas is the oldest palo, even more so than Solea, which is traditionally the first palo that you learn in flamenco. And this style is great to learn because, one, it's interesting compás, which is how I describe as a bulerías compás backwards, where we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and. Bulerías is different. It's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, and so it's backwards. And Siguiriyas is what we call a cante hondo. It's very profound. Hondo means deep, profound. And this is the darkest style to learn. And when you look at the letras of what they're singing, it's usually talking about death, persecution, and all sorts of things that the gypsies were facing at the time. So if you really want to get to the heart of flamenco puro, traditional pure flamenco, how it was when it first came about, then the Siguiriyas is the style to learn. My number 3 pick is the Alegria. The Alegria is important to learn as it's such a contrast from a lot of the other styles that we play in flamenco. And the Alegria is played usually in a major key. The example I gave here was an old school A major version of Alegria. The more common keys are A major, C major, and E major. The A major that I played is a much more old school style. These days it's more popular to play in E major. However, this gets you around a major key. It uses the same 12-beat compás as Solea, Solea por bolería, bolería, all those other 12 beats. And it's just a much more lively, festive style of playing. So for those of you that get tired of the really hondo, very deep styles of flamenco, then this is a nice contrast to throw into your practice, something that's a little bit happier, and that's how it's meant to be played. My number 2 pick is tangos. Tangos is one of the most important palos that you can learn right from the beginning, and that's why I put it here at number 2. And the reason why it's so important is, one, because of its key, but it's also easier for a beginner student because it's actually in 4 time, unlike a lot of our flamenco that's in cycles of 12. And the key that we're in is in the A flamenco key, or as we sometimes call A Phrygian. And the A Phrygian or A flamenco key is so commonly used in flamenco. This is your tangos, this is your boleria, this is Solea por boleria uses this key, some sevillanas use this key. So it's actually the original flamenco key back when guitars didn't have 6 strings yet. So this was the key that they commonly played in. And the tangos gives you an opportunity to learn this key in an easy way without having to worry about a 12-beat compass. You get all the basic chords with the cadence here. D minor, C, B flat to A. So it gets you within this style in a simplified way versus if you went straight into boleria. So that's why I recommend this one to beginners, and it's the second palo I usually teach a new student. And finally, my number 1 pick is Solea. Might be surprised that boleria isn't on this list, and I have a very specific reason for that. And that's because Solea is more important. Solea teaches us all the fundamentals of flamenco. And it was Solea that later evolved into boleria from the gypsies in Jerez de la Frontera that said, I want to play Solea faster. And all of a sudden the groove changed as it progressively got faster. So having a good understanding of Solea will progress to Solea por boleria to boleria. So an example of that, if I play the basic compasses of the free, right? So here is Solea. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That is Solea. If we pick up the speed, make it more of a medium speed instead of a slow speed, the groove starts to sound like this. Still sounds like a Solea, right? It's just that the groove has changed as I brought it up to a medium speed. And then eventually the gypsies brought it up even faster, so now we have this kind of idea. Now we have boleria. So the reason why I did include boleria is because it's much more important to learn Solea first, get a really good grasp of Solea, and then Borodia will start to make sense. So I'm not saying that Borodia isn't important. I'm saying that for the beginner student, these 5 I would rather you start with before going to Borodia. And that's all I'll give you for this lesson. I hope you enjoyed learning about these 5 palos, especially for those students who just don't know where to start. So I start all my students first on Solea, and then they move to Tangos, and then from there we can have some freedom on what we can go to next. But I would start with these 5 first, get used to them, and have fun with them. Let me know down in the comments which palo you like best, either the ones in these 5, or if you have another favorite palo. And I might make another video on another top 5 palos that are a little more obscure to learn. So I hope you enjoyed. Please hit that like button, subscribe down below, comment down below as well, let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in the next video. Hasta luego.